coming at you live from Studio One. Here we are, the Metal Block. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you. We didn't do a normal episode last week. We did an interview, which is awesome. It's like our favorite time, but it's nice to be back just for a second and actually get to chit-chat with one another and talk about an album. So, episode 25, here with my two best buddies. We got Brutal Brando and always Harry Sachs. Say hello, gents.
What's up, Blockheads?
I like how now I've taken on the name of Harry Sachs the last 3 or 4 episodes in a row. You guys just keep saying it, and I don't know why. Does it say Harry Sachs on there?
It does for me.
It does on mine.
It does?
Yeah.
It does for me.
It still says Harry Sachs. I guess it just kept it one day. Okay.
Yeah, and you actually...
All right, because I thought you gave me that name, I thought you just deemed me as Harry Sachs. Okay.
No, so you're saying you don't key that in anymore?
No, not at all.
It remembers you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is a Harry Sack guy.
It's been like 3 or 4 weeks times in a row, and I'm like, okay, all right, because I forgot. I keep forgetting to get a good name.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Because it doesn't ask me anymore. That's what it is.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. Well, here's also the funny thing is during editing, if we were to put captioning on this thing, it would come across and be like Harry Sachs and write what Harry Sachs says, and then
good. I'll take that as a permanent. I'll take it as a permanent name. Harry Sachs is a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho.
It's like the nickname to the nickname. So anyway, everybody out
back
there.
Back to what's up?
Yeah, the Metal Block. So we're happy to be back, as you can see. Having a little bit of fun here. It's good just chit-chatting around and having you guys with us. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page every day if you get a chance. There's always the morning commute. And if you don't like Facebook or you don't do Facebook, but you do other social medias, well, check those out too. There's a Twitter, there's an X account, there's an Instagram, there's a TikTok, all sorts of stuff that's going out there. I know some reels from time to time or shorts or whatever you call them on the platform that you watch them on. They're all pretty much the same thing. So Brandon, he kind of steamrolls a lot of that and really good stuff. There's even mornings I'm like, wow, that was a really good album. I'm glad Brandon found that one. So Brandon, take 1 second and walk us through just a couple of the albums that you chose this week.
Let's see. Trying to remember. Let's see. There was Vagon was really cool. Some tech death. I saw that Atre Billis was touring with Atoll and Xoth out on the West Coast. So I was like, well, those two bands are tight. Who's Atre Billis? So I was checking them out, and that was cool. Oh man, there's so many. I know we did. I threw out the new Full of Hell. That one's pretty cool. Yeah.
There's
been some good bangers. Are they that avant-garde or whatever the hell it's called? Avant-garde? Or what would you call Full of Hell?
I don't know if that's what they're called or not.
They seem kind of thrashy death to me a little bit.
It's chaotic as shit.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah.
I was had a little bit of a almost grungy vibe to it, like stoner sound.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
They were on tour with Cattle Decap once or twice.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
I was trying to see if I could. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could see real quick. Here they are. Looks like they're power violence, grindcore, death metal.
Okay, I'll take that.
Sure. Noise.
Power violence? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Power violence.
Power violence, grindcore, death metal. All right, so here's the funny thing about how. Here's what's funny about how this stuff is listed here, and I'll say this is because you actually need to know the difference in your slashes and your commas, because apparently one genre is, in parentheses, power violence, grindcore death metal. Those are separated by / slashes. Power violence, / grindcore, / death metal, comma, noise.
Okay.
So, but that's the fun thing about the morning commute, and the whole reason why I just took a second to bring
noise.
it up. I put Brandon on the spot, and but the purpose is he finds some really cool stuff that I wouldn't have checked out at
I will
all.
say there was one that stood out to me for sure. Storm Upon the Masses. Did you guys check that out? No?
No,
Man,
sir. No, sir.
it's cool.
I can't remember
It's,
if that was one of the ones I listened to or not, Brando.
Crusher of Souls is the album. It just came out on the April 27th. And it's tight. It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
I also shared a drum playthrough from them on a.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
Okay.
that. I think you texted it to us, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Okay,
good
yeah.
stuff.
That's where I remembered their name from, but
So
not
hey,
because
Jeff,
I listened to them in the morning.
Jeff, go check out Storm Upon the Masses. And I think
Yeah.
Ryan Blas from Body of Filth said
What up,
he
Jeff?
listens to us every week. So
What up,
Hey,
Brian?
so
What up,
here's
Jeff?
actually you guys would appreciate this too. I ran into Zach Manser today. Do you guys know who Zach Manser is? Do you remember Zach?
Yeah.
I
Zach.
don't.
Okay, Zach played the drums for the Snot Rockets.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, so I ran into him, and he was like, "When are you guys going to put out another episode?" So, Zach, if
Oh,
you're
really?
listening, too.
Yeah.
So,
What's up, Zach?
all of y'all that are out there, thank you for
Fucking
taking
Snot
a second.
Rockets. But,
Yeah, I know. Old
I
school,
always
man.
love that
time.
name, dude.
Real good time.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I've always been like, man, that was a perfect name for that band, no doubt.
Yeah,
So,
we had some fucking fun times back in the Dizzy.
yeah, I played some good shows with the Snot Rockets. That was pretty awesome. So, anyway, so today we are actually going to start by talking about a couple of shows that we went to. Greg, you and I got a chance to go see Rivers of Nihil and what was it? Face Yourself, and the opening band was an Oklahoma band, and they were called Arsonist.
That's right.
And so we got to check them out, and they came to 89th Street in OKC.
They did.
What did you think about that show?
It was good. It was good. I didn't catch much of Arsonist, but Face Yourself was cool. You know, kind of a good opening band. I know they were opening up Chaos and Carnage too. But Rivers killed it. I thought I enjoyed Rivers quite a bit. It was a good warm up show for him for sure. For that big tour they were headed to. Decent turnout. What was it, like 50, 60 people? It was on a
Something like
Sunday
that.
night. But yeah, I thought it was good.
Oh, that's cool.
Enjoyed it. I got a fanny pack.
What kind of sound is Face Yourself? I don't think I've checked them out.
Definitely deathcore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Deathcore.
Yep.
But Brandon, you would have loved the bass drops that they did.
Ah.
They had a lot of really cool live bass drops, and it would just boom.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so they had, despite the deathcore genre label, they're also slammy in some spots. So
Were they? I only saw, I think, the last song, to be honest.
I mean, I felt so. I'm sure there's somebody out there who'd probably correct me, actually, but
Check it
They're
out.
not slam. Actually, they're not slam at all, Zoomy.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
got the vibe whenever I was seeing them live. I felt, a nice little slam feel to them as well. So
And they had a fill-in vocalist. I know that
They did.
It's normally a female vocalist, I think, right?
yep.
How did the
Yep.
fill-in
So
vocalist do? Sound good?
Well, but
Good.
no,
Good.
yeah. The fill-in vocalist. I'm sorry, I thought you said something else. The fill-in vocalist, yeah, sounded really good. I felt like fit in. I actually had to look it up and be like, this isn't the real vocalist. I don't think. But not
That's
because
right. We were talking about it during the show.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
not because he felt out of place or anything, but because I just recognized it wasn't him, so I had to look it all up real quick just so I could get an idea.
Yeah.
But
Ben from Shadow of Intent's going to do a few dates. I know that on the Chaos and Carnage for Face Yourself. So that'd be cool to catch. That would be cool to catch. Sorry. Couldn't
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
there for a
that-
second.
be cool to check out. Most definitely. It's always really cool whenever bands come together and just support each other whenever they're doing their live tours, and really just so that they can continue to tour, and
Yeah.
because
absolutely.
bands got to keep moving and keep doing stuff, because if you get stale, you get irrelevant, and it's easy in the metal world for the wave to kind of pass you by if you're not still riding it. So you want to make sure you're out there and still getting your music out there for all your fans and new people to hear. But yeah, it was a good show. I like those smaller settings. I've said it before. Whenever you've got like 50 or 60 people, I know every band will love to sell out. But me being a 40-year-old guy now, I love going to shows where I can, actually be right there with the band and not worry about getting knocked over or whatever, or not have to worry about watching the mosh pit at all.
Yeah. It was a funny little mosh pit, though.
Yeah, so there was a girl, the girl that kept like going around, man, and she
stomping through the crowd.
Yeah, man.
She would go like way outside of the pit, right in front of me and Zoomy, just like stomp right past us.
Yeah, and make sure and bump into us. Yeah,
she came out like 50 times, and we were like, "Whoa!" every time.
Yeah.
All right.
We're like, "Whoa, here she comes!"
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
It was a real side to side mosh pit that night. A lot of people just running back and forth sideways, but and there were a few people.
Some of those guys like it was interesting. They'd be like by themselves, and nobody else in the pit is like running up from one side and like running to the next side and running back and running back. I was like, these kids are like getting their workouts in.
They were,
and then it was good.
You had a few of your little two-steppers out there doing they'd jump in every now and then and do their little like kick, punch, kick, and then they'd get right back out.
At those shows, they try to give like a little bit of assert dominance. They'll like get their moment where nobody else is out there. And they're like, whoa, and they'll like give it hell, and then like kind of look around all pissed off, and then get out of there, like kind of skip backwards, like they just killed it, You're like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing?
Yeah, it's like just a different way. I mean,
I know it is.
It's just totally different. I remember the first like real experience with that for me was East Coast. Whenever I went and saw some bands younger going East Coast, Brandon, Metal Fest. You remember those?
That was some bullshit. That's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah, you never forget times like that. But
2003, we went to the New England Metal and Hardcore Festival in Worcester,
I bet that was
Massachusetts.
Non-stop hardcore dancing.
Dude,
oh my gosh.
I guess I got a little too close to the pit, and this fucking turd like jumped on me pretty much, and like I pushed him back into the pit, so he like spit on me. So like I don't know, my reaction was like I fucking spit back at him. So I spit at him and like right back at him, and him and like 3 other dudes, like I was on the ground getting kicked and stomped, and then I got thrown out of the concert. And then
Brady got thrown out,
dude. Like 5 minutes later, I'm standing outside. Trevor and Zoomy are still inside there because like they weren't next to me when it happened. So like they came back to where we were, and they were like, "Where the hell did Brandon go?" And I got somebody told them I got thrown out. They came out, and then like after they came out, somebody else got thrown out because these same dudes were beating up on somebody else in the pit. I was like, I think they're the fucking problem, dude. Like
they have to have known the venue. They had to be like locals that knew the venue security.
It was crazy. I think that was during Converged. I think it was during Converged when that happened.
That shit just gets out of control. I mean, at Ingested in Tulsa, there were the signs of the swarm, and I was in Tulsa, and there's this guy, Corey, if you ever listen to this, buddy, shout out to you, man. He's not a big guy. Corey, you're a little sweetheart, man. He's a drummer. He's probably a few years older than me, He's like super stoner, like, what's up, man? He's like shorter, and he's just not a massive dude. He's just rocking out at the front of Ingested and all that. I'm taking pictures right in front of me. He's right behind me. I feel this bump in the back behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I turn around a minute later, and his teeth are just gone, and his whole mouth is just pouring blood. And it was some hardcore dancer that was crowd killing and just hit him in the face with the right hand, and I mean, it caved in all of his teeth. And I mean, it was fucking open, and it's like, that's really fucking bad, man. He had to go to the goddamn hospital, the emergency room and shit. Like, that's not fucking cool. I don't know. I just can't do. I don't know. I'll never understand it personally.
Yeah.
But
I won't understand all that crowd killing stuff. It's just not me.
It's a slam thing. It's a slam thing,
Yeah, I do like the slam music, but I'll sit back like a 40-year-old death metal fan, and I'll just.
Oh, dude. People would make fun of me so hardcore and like talk so much shit to me over what I just said. They're like, then stay out of the pit, bitch. And it's like, all right.
I do.
But
it's like, I guess
fist came in.
But it's like it's turning to fuck anybody that wants to be in the front part of the venue. You know what I mean? Like there's taking fucking walloping like that to the face out of nowhere. Anyway,
yeah.
Whatever.
So, but back to the Rivers show.
Sorry.
No. I was just going to say that it was actually really cool. One thing I wanted to mention about is, I guess 2 things. Is they played all the songs you wanted them to play. Subtle Change was cool.
Yeah, hell
that
yeah.
That was really cool whenever they played that. I love Hellbirds. I love whenever they played
Yeah,
Hellbirds. So I was like, that was cool.
it was
Oh,
great.
and the Hellbirds guy was there selling the merch, So for all you
Uh-huh.
guys who saw the video, you go give him a high five and be like, yo, what's up?
Yep.
But the actually the second thing that I was going to say about him is that they played an encore. That was
Yeah,
cool.
they did. That was cool.
Nice.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
everybody was like,
Yeah.
play another song, and then they were like, all right, we'll play another song.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, and they had the sax. They had Patrick
They did?
from Cyborg Octopus doing
nice.
saxophone
That's
on the
awesome.
tour, and he fucking slayed it. I mean, that's every night now on their all the things they're sharing, and even Chaos and Carnage is sharing every night. It's just nonstop saxophone, saxophone, saxophone. People are digging it. They're doing really well on the Chaos and
Oh,
Carnage.
yeah. Speaking of
Yeah,
that,
that's
I think
awesome.
Cyborg Octopus has a new one that's going to be coming out sometime soon.
They do. I was talking to him about
Yeah.
that before the concert in Oklahoma City. He was telling me all about it and the release date and all that. And I forgot. I'm not going to lie. But you're right. It's coming out soon. He forgot
Yeah.
too, though. We had to look it up on my phone. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, they've had the record ready probably like for 6 months or something, just waiting for the company to put it out.
Yep.
I would imagine,
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, you want me to go to the Chaos and Carnage down in Dallas?
Oh,
Yeah.
you okay there, Jimmy?
Bless you if you just sneezed. I can't tell.
Yeah, I was trying to
That was-
mute that, man.
That was adorable.
No, you're good. You're good. It was cute. It was cute. Well, I went down to Dallas to see the Chaos and Carnage down there. Went there to hang out with a buddy and check that out. I was blown. I saw the set times, and Vitriol started at 5:10. I think Face Yourself was at 4:30. And when I say this concert was the most precise, I mean, when I was watching my phone, when it would click to the minute, they'd start. I mean, it was fucking insane. And to the point where even Cattle, Decap, the band before Cattle, it was probably a 30-minute gap. And it was like, okay, they're way ahead schedule now, Nope. 9:55 there, or 10:55, whatever time it was. They were the most precise Ram tour that I've ever been to, honestly. But the venue, it was at the Granada, and it was just not a good venue for a metal show. They had these wooden barriers like throughout the entire venue, like sections. So the mosh pit was like squeezed in between these two wooden barriers, and like I swear these people were like this close to each other's face, just like chest bumping, like just to do it. Like they had no room to run. There was no like movement, but
Dang.
they were getting after it. They were, but it was more like just like up close humping, almost. And from afar, it was really entertaining to watch. I mean, extremely entertaining. They still did a Wall of Death for Rivers of Nile. It was impressive, but yeah, Dallas throws down for shows. It was sold out, and got there. Vitriol was on. I know I've told you guys the sound. It was like they had this subwoofer that Rivers was telling me the reason that there was some sound issues. But it just made it really muddy and hard to hear for the first front half of the venue. And then when I finally got up to the top, Vitriol did sound good up there. They were cool to see live. Zenith Passage, kind of the same thing. I don't know why, but up close, I just couldn't hear a damn thing. But Rivers, for me, saved the day on the sound. They absolutely killed it. The reception was amazing. I did some photos for Vitriol, Zenith Passage, and Rivers, but I don't know. The venue started turning into assholes. So I didn't even try to go up there I'm not a big Carnifex fan, so I wasn't going to do photos, but I didn't even try to go up there for Cattle. It was just, plus it was too much. It was sold out, it was just so chaotic. But one of the things I was going to say was the venue had these rows of like two walkways going up the venue, and the first half of the show, during the band playing, they wouldn't let you walk on them. So you had to like smush into the sound booth or like smush into the merch booth. And it was just, I don't know, it just wasn't a good venue for a metal show in the slightest for that much standing room in that, intense of an environment. But we landed some seats up top in the top balcony, and it was cool. We had a good time from then on, and the sound was better. But Cattle was badass. They kill it every time, like you were saying, Brandon. Travis is a great showman, great front man, and Dave McGraw, drummer, was fucking slaying. Sounded really, really good. Carnifex is a little cheesy for me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. They kind of remind me of like Slipknot-ish. But I don't know. They're good. They're good at what they do. The crowd fucking loved them. They knew every word, and all that. But Cattle took the cake for sure. So really glad I went. It was cool. Loved it.
Hell yeah. And I think you said
That's my review.
You texted us they played Forced Gender Reassignment, Your Disposal, right? Like, dude, that's still my favorite album is Monolith of Inhumanity. That is my favorite album.
Kingdom of Tyrants.
Nice.
Yeah, they played that too. Yeah, it was sick. They played that last.
Hell yeah. Gristle Licker's a good
But I
song
mean,
too.
just like
They play that one.
the professionalism that they have, on stage now, it's just unreal. I think Zoomy and I saw him in Oklahoma City. Maybe in the last time I saw him, I think I've seen him several times, but it had been a minute. I didn't see him on, I think, the Death Atlas tour. I didn't see him on this latest tour, so it had been a while. But man, they're really tight. You can tell they're really, really like a polished machine at this point.
Oh
Yeah, the
man,
last
yeah,
time
we
I saw
saw
him was
them.
Anthropocene.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's when I was
Gre-
too before this.
What was
Yeah,
that
Greg, you
again?
and I saw them
Oh,
2019.
oh,
Greg and I
yeah,
saw them in
that's
2019.
right. And I saw him. I think it was 2020. It was for that last Suffocation tour with Frank, where they did that one.
Oh,
That
okay. Yeah.
he did that farewell tour. I have a shirt. Maybe it was 2020.
Okay.
I can't remember. Braxton and I went,
Yeah.
and I haven't. It's been a long time since I've gone on a show with Braxton. But anyways, it was probably around that same time, Jimmy.
Yeah, 2019 is whenever you and I saw them, and then I saw them last year, 2023, around the same time, November. I
Did you
think
Oh yeah, you
at the
saw him in Diamond.
at the Diamond Ballroom. Yeah,
Damn,
and
I forgot.
yeah, that they did really good there. I like that show. That one was cool. It had the Sang We Shugabog.
That's
So
right. That's where we go. That's where we talked about singing the Shikabog.
yeah, I got to see them, and so that was a real good show. And hey, since we're actually on the shows, I know we didn't plan on mentioning this, but you know how I am, Brandon. So I wanted to talk about that Alestorm show just real
Oh
quick.
yeah, absolutely. I love Alestorm.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. I got to see him a few years
Yes.
ago, and it was great. What a fun band.
So this is like one of my most favorite shows that I've ever seen. And here's actually Alestorm. Okay, great. But even just back up for a second, the two bands that opened, there was a band called Glyph, and they were real cool. They were just a power metal band, and not bad, man. Not bad at all. If you get a chance, check them out. I didn't even see them on Metal Archives. They claim to have only been a band for 4.5 weeks. I feel like that was bullcrap, but
And they had patches
you know,
and shit, right?
yeah, they had merch.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, yeah.
Maybe,
It's like
maybe they've
they,
just been playing together. Maybe it was somebody's studio project or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure. I didn't actually take a second to read about them, but they were a lot of fun. I mean, their merch line was like crazy after they were playing. I think everybody else was like, what the heck, man? These guys are good. And then Elven King came out, which they are folk metal or
That's a badass name. I bet they have a cool lyrics.
yeah, or I mean, they were cool. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, the guy came out first. He's got like these deer antlers on, and I'm like, oh goodness, what are we getting into? And he took those off pretty quick, man. And they were from Italy, and they were really good, man. They really got the crowd going. I dug them hardcore. Picked up one of their shirts. I picked up a patch from Glyph, and Alestorm. Then they came on, and they had this giant rubber duck that took up the entire stage at the Diamond Ballroom. I mean,
Yep.
it's like big rubber ducky, and they played a couple of songs off their new EP, and they had some other chick. The chick was actually selling merch for Glyph. I don't know who she was, but she's the one who came in, did the female part on like the Voyage of the Dead Marauder.
Okay.
You know,
So
like
new
the
vocalist?
first.
Yeah, I think not a new vocalist.
that
I think
female-
guest vocalist. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a female vocalist that they had, but it wasn't the one who was on the album, but the one who was, doing it, the live stuff for him. I mean, she did really good. It sounded the same to me. But that band is just like so in sync, and like they're out there having the time of their life. I feel like every show, and they're just goofing around, and the music sounds great. It's
Yeah.
tight. And his face, like the lead singer, the guy who, not the keyboardist who does the heavier vocals,
No,
but the
it's,
actual
Chris Bowles.
yeah, his face is like a pirate, man. I mean, he just looks like a pirate. And everybody, instead of throwing up like metal horns, they've got like pirate hooks going, And all right, this is the only time in my life, and I've heard about this thing happening, but that I've ever seen 100 people get down on the floor and row during a song.
Mm,
Row. And I have a video of that. I'll send it to you guys. Maybe we'll get that posted. I don't even know why I didn't send it to you before, but I've got a video of that.
Yeah, there's something going around with that road thing. I think Frozen Soul's doing that now too, or Amon Amarth is on that Metal Crushes Everything tour right now. And then when I saw Frozen Soul, they had the crowd do push-ups. Like there was
no thanks.
There was like 30 people just doing push-ups in the middle of the crowd. Like that was just a thing. It was like
not for me. Actually, so guys, I took
Mark does the rowing.
I just saw that guy over there shit on the floor. Are you guys sitting in it?
So
wouldn't want to do that at a fish show. Lots of people poop on the floor at fish shows.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, thank
I'm
you.
serious.
No thanks. So my son and I actually took karate for, I don't know, about a year. And it was funny because whenever people would like talk out of the line, sometimes the sensei, he'd be like, all right, everybody give me push-ups. I went up to the dude and I was like, you listen to me, man. I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm 40 years old and I'm not getting down on the ground to do push-ups because some little 3-year-old is talking when he shouldn't be talking. Like, not happening. I was like, when you tell everybody to get down and
what did he say?
He was like, I understand.
Okay. The badass was like, get out of my face and get on the ground. Yeah.
I said, you listen to me, Sensei, and you listen good. and then before I stepped off the mat, I bowed.
Damn right.
Respect.
Was it karate? Actual karate?
Yeah, it was actually Okinawa karate, like the original stuff, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was like way back to the, Mr.
Okinawa
Miyagi.
Steven Seagal.
I took that when I was a kid, man.
Yeah. So not Taekwondo. Nope.
Oh, he does Taekwondo, doesn't he? Or does he? No, he does judo. That's right.
Yeah, not judo. No, this is like Mr. Miyagi, Daniel-san, karate.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. And I was actually
high kicks.
Oh, that was another thing. I was like,
I want to see your high kicks.
I told them that he needed to train me as if I was somebody who couldn't kick high.
Okay. Nice.
Teach me how to be awesome without that, No butterfly kicks for me, no jump kicks, no spin kicks.
I will kick the shit out of somebody's calf and shin, bash those in.
You need to go back to class and train for the next concert.
I was, what all I cared about? I was like, teach me how to knock them out in one hit. That's it.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go rounds with nobody. We're in this now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I was pretty open with how I wanted to be trained. But anyway, Alestorm is just as goofy as that conversation we just had about karate.
Nice.
And they were a blast. I had so much fun. I actually found myself listening to a decent amount of that show without my earplugs in just because I wanted to hear them more, even though I was like, it's loud. But so I enjoyed that one a lot. That's probably right now my favorite show of the year.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, this is a good one. I'm glad. I almost went to Windrose. I chose between Windrose and Alestorm. And even though I really want to see Windrose, I'm so glad I chose Alestorm. And I would choose Alestorm again if I had the same chance to go back and do it again.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of Windrose, and they look fun too. I don't know. I'd like to catch them.
They do.
I missed them recently. The Carry On Veil, Warforged, and Somebody Lit show was the same night as Windrose here. So I chose tech death and melodic death metal over the folk metal stuff, but.
Well, remember, they play one day a month on the 4th of every month.
That's right. Yes. I got
That's
like
good
4
stuff.
I got a whole month to get to their next stop.
Whole month. It'll be on the 4th. Just be planning for the 4th of July. I don't know. Right. Maybe.
Have you guys heard of Castrated? The band Castrated?
I have.
Yeah, that's all ladies, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It is.
No.
Well,
not the one I'm looking at. It's the drummer of Carry On Veil. His band, different. Yeah, he's a drummer of Carry On Veil and Aetheris. And I just saw the Ryan Cooter, followed it. It's Castrated. These guys. These guys. I don't even. Oh no! I had my. Never mind. Anyways, these guys. Unless they're women, They're very ugly women. They're
No,
very ugly
the-
women if
that
they
was
are.
different than what I saw.
If I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, the all-female castrated starts with a K.
Okay. Okay. Well, there's
okay.
this one too on Comatose Music, and they're just about to put a new album out. So figured I'd just say that real quick while I saw it, and I didn't mean to
Hey.
interrupt.
No,
All
you're
right.
good, because speaking of albums, we should probably start talking about the Benighted album that we were going to
There you go.
mention tonight.
I did a good shift there. That was
Yeah.
a
Love it.
unnatural forced
Trust
shift.
me, it's perfect. It transitioned and flowed like water.
Hell of a deal.
So, Benighted, I don't know. We've been listening to, a lot of their stuff for a long time, and anybody who has probably been listening to them has probably been listening to them for a long time. They've been around since the 1900s, y'all. So they go back pretty far, and they are actually from France,
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
No.
so they came out with a new album. I don't.
April 12th.
Sorry.
Yes, April 12th, and am I pronouncing it right? Ekbom.
I think so.
Ekbom.
Ekbom.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what's funny. I thought whenever I first saw it, yep, there's the picture right there, and so that picture immediately makes me think of Megadeth for some reason. But
Does
I'll
it?
just
Yeah,
move
yeah.
on.
Because of
Yeah.
that dude. The dude.
Just,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Vic Rattlehead.
Uh-huh.
But Ekbom sounds to me, and I thought about this before we were having some text conversations earlier, but it sounds to me like a salve or a cream.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
there's my skin. Dude, give me that Ekbom.
But you're
That's-
thinking balm.
Balm. Yeah, but
Balm.
that's what
Balm.
it,
But it's
Balm.
B-O-M.
but you don't say balm on an airplane. So can you say
No,
balm?
No, you
Yeah.
don't. No, you don't.
You see
need
what
my
I did
lip
right
balm.
there?
I need my lip
I said both
balm.
balm and balm.
Yep.
So
Balm.
I mean, whenever you say Ekbom, I think Ekbom.
All right.
But Brandon, you found out a neat little fact about it, and I don't know what Harry Sachs is doing over there, but Brandon, why don't you read what the Ekbom is?
Because I don't have it pulled up.
What?
Yes.
That's why
All right.
I don't. That's why I don't read it.
Okay. So
Why don't
It's
you
called-
tell us what Ekbom means, buddy?
yeah, it's called the Ekbom syndrome. You sent this to us, I believe, and it says
I had to go up to my
synonymous-
podcast sensei and tell him, "Hey,
Oh.
just because you said to read something and some 3-year-old
Doesn't
farted
mean-
over there doesn't
Yeah.
mean I'm gonna do it." All right.
totally relevant.
Yeah,
Totally relevant.
that's right.
All right, so it's delusion parasitosis, a belief that one's body is infested by invisible bugs. Persons suffering from this syndrome often claim to feel dermal sensations and to visualize the bugs, although no one else can actually see them. And Greg, you talked about seeing that in
Late Night with the Devil,
Yep.
a movie that came out recently. It's on, I think, Prime and Shudder and all that, but it's a good one. It's about the devil coming onto a 60s talk show. And have you seen it?
I haven't. I keep seeing it come up, and I keep saying I'm going to watch it, but I haven't yet.
There's a scene
I've never
where I
even heard
won't
of it.
spoil anything. There's a scene with hypnosis and makes a guy think that he's got this going on.
Crazy.
Oh.
All right.
So in the second Hellraiser, hey, it's been a long time since a Zoomy movie reference.
Yeah, yeah.
But in the second Hellraiser, whenever they're trying to summon the Cenobites again, he gives the doctor, because the doctor's kind of the bad guy in the second one, he gives one of his patients a knife, like a razor, straight razor, like an old barber would shave your face with. And that guy, every time you saw him, he would look down at himself and he would see all these bugs and maggots and all this stuff all over him. But whenever, the camera kind of panned back and you weren't in his view, there wasn't anything on him at all. So he was in a mental institution. The doctor gives him this knife and he just starts cutting himself all up trying to get that. I remember that being like a little kid, and why we were allowed to rent the movie Hellraiser, I'll never know. But
Yeah, I know. I went through a whole period where I tried to watch them all, and then did it with Jason, did it with Freddie, did it with all of them, and I'm thinking like, why did my parents let me do that?
I
You
have
know,
no
but
idea.
hey,
My
whatever.
my son now's like, when can I watch, Halloween? I'm like, when you're, I don't know, 18. I don't
Yeah. See,
know.
my dad took me out to our ranch when I was like maybe in first or second grade and showed me The Shining, and it scared me so fucking bad seeing that with him in the middle of nowhere that I was convinced he was going to kill me. And so like I had to turn off halfway through it, and I went to bed like crying, and I thought no matter what that night, my dad was coming in that door to kill me. There was no question. Just because Jack Nicholson, he was trying to kill his son the whole movie. So,
Yeah.
anyways, The Shining fucked me up. So I just want to
Oh
put that out
man,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
he still talks about it. He thought it was hilarious. So
That is pretty funny. But anyway, so back to Benighted and Ekbom.
oh
That is the name of the album, Ekbom. And so I don't know, what did you guys think about it? Brandon, you made the suggestion for us to check it out. You brought it to the attention. It was like, hey guys, Benighted's got a new album out.
So yeah, I've been excited for this one. This has been one of my most anticipated releases of the year so far. I knew it was coming, and I've been excited. I went to the deep end with Obscene Repressed. That came out in 2020, I think. That's the one that really got me into them. I saw them with Aborted, and I've mentioned this show before, Hideous Divinity, Cryptopsy, back in 2019. But I was not familiar with them at the time, and I just remember thinking like, wow, these dudes were cool, but I never went back and checked them out or anything. I saw Obscene Repressed come out, started checking it out. I fell in love with it. I love that album so much, so I've been looking forward to this. I mean, I love it. I keep listening to it. It's great. The songs that stand out to me the most are Morgue and Nothing Left to Fear and Ekbom, the title track. But I love those. I don't even know the specific term, like super fast, chuggy gallops on the Morgue, like the Morgue song. It's killer, man. And Kevin Paradis, the drummer, is insane. That guy is remarkably talented and fast and precise. It's a crushing album. It's very haunting. It's got a very cool tone, like it matches. They did a really, really good job of writing the theme to the music, or the music to the theme, whichever one came first, because it lines up really well. It's got a very creepy sound to it, for some blistering death grind, which Obscene Repressed was the same way. The theme and then the music just go beautifully together. So I give it 2 thumbs up, would give it 4 if I had 2 more hands. What do you guys think?
is that me? It was good. It was good. I like it. I think Scars and Nothing Left to Fear are my favorite songs on it, but it's good. It's punishing, super fast. Again, Kevin Paradis, however you say his name. Super good. I've always enjoyed his content and his video for years. But he's the absolute killer, and I like the vocals. He's insane. Super, super good range. But it's fast. It's punishing nonstop. I dig it.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Zoomy?
I think the exact same thing. Great.
I mean, Brandon said everything you could say. You know what I mean? So, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I've been a fan of some grindcore music for quite some time, and this is just textbook for me. But at the same time, they also have their own thing. Haunting is a good. I feel like a lot of these bands recently that we've talked about have kind of had this haunting kind of theme behind them, but maybe it's just the theme of the year. But it definitely has that. The little intro tune that they do is kind of creepy, and they also do a sample in it. I forget which song the sample is in front of, but Levice de Entrailles, I guess it's entrails. I could be saying that wrong. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I haven't taken French since ninth grade, so I bet you I'm mispronouncing some of that. But I really enjoyed that song. One thing cool about this, and as much as I appreciate the 5 minute long songs, the 6 minute long songs, is you know I'm also the kind of person who I have trouble turning off the car, and I listen to a lot of my music whenever I'm driving too, but to turn off the car in the middle of the song. And so it's really nice because what we got like 3 minute long songs here. So it if this one isn't your favorite, you'll get a chance with the next one real soon. And I actually don't think there will be a single one that you don't like, but at least if you're into grindcore. But it's a real good album, and it actually exceeded my expectations. I wasn't I don't know, not that I didn't have high hopes for them, but every now and then it's just nice to be reminded how good a band is, not because you want it to be, but because they actually were. And so that's what I thought this album kind of showed me was I didn't push the play button thinking this is going to be great. But whenever I was listening to it, I was like, this is really good. And they've actually got a little bit of some black metal melody in it that I kind of like, where in the background they're kind of, I don't know, alternate picking some, I don't know, melodies. And
Yeah.
and,
I think
and,
that
and
helps
that
create
kind of,
that haunting sound.
it does, and that stood
Yeah.
out to me. And I was going to say that to me is where some of that, feeling came from and overall tone of the album. But they're right up there. You mentioned seeing them play with Aborted. Doesn't surprise me at all. That's another band that I would expect to see play with Aborted.
Yeah.
So this very like horror themed or grotesque disease or whatever it is. I mean, it just fits right up there with what Aborted does too. So it made sense whenever you said that. But I like the album, and 2 thumbs up from me. Check it out. It's a good one. Real good.
Yeah, there's some really cool guitar work if you listen closely. Like there's God, which song was it? Is it it might be Nothing Left to Fear. He is doing some crazy like alternate picking tapping stuff in one of the riffs. Like they're so fast. They are so fast.
Yeah.
Like every member of the band, like it's cool. There's a few guitar videos and stuff, and I don't know if y'all noticed it was a single and they kind of promoted it a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw, but is it Ollie from Arcspire? He does vocals on, like, he's got a guest spot on Nothing Left to Fear. Don't know if you guys noticed that or knew that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that it was him.
I did.
But I knew they had a guest vocal.
Yeah. Well, cool. It gets 6 thumbs up from the Metal Block.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I really enjoyed that. It was a good suggestion, Brando.
Well, thank you. Didn't think we could go wrong with Benighted.
Nope.
Could just play it and be breaking the law.
We should.
I guess you guys want to do the little 5-song shuff?
Yeah. Brandon, why don't you get us started?
Yeah. All right. So, I don't know what's up with my dad's truck. Like, it's not behaving the way that my truck does. So every time the album would end,
Sure.
it would start the album over, or like I don't know. I wasn't able to do the 5-song shuffle.
Do you have it on repeat?
So, I played with the settings like 6 times. I couldn't get it to change. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I'll get my truck back this week.
Well, I'll give you mine. How about that?
Yes, please do. You guys, I want to hear what came out. I would
right.
imagine I can.
Yeah, let's hear it.
First, we've got Slut by Benighted.
All right.
Then we have Deicide from Unknown Heights. You shall fall. From Unknown Heights, you shall not fall. You shall fall. Yeah, I mean, Glenn Benton would definitely want you to fall rather than not fall. Then you got Biotransmitted Insurgencies. No. Biotransmitted ingurgitated. Hold on here. It's abominable putridity. Abominable
Oh, okay.
putridity.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Transmitted, biotransmitted, ingurgitated interface.
That is some
And then
brutal
we
slimy
got
shit right there.
yeah,
Those guys are heavy.
yeah. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that is
And next we
brutal.
got dripping decay, oppressive repulsive,
Okay,
oppressive
I've heard.
repulsive, dripping decay. This is like fucking hard to do with all this metal.
Yeah.
And then we got the sun gave me anus. Now the sun gave me ashes. The sun job for a cowboy. The sun gave me ashes.
The sun gave
Ashes,
me an anus.
so yeah, the sun gave me ashes, so I sought out the
Is that off the new one?
moon. So I sought out the moon. The sun gave
You
me an
need some
anus, so I
reading
sought out the
glasses.
moon.
I was like, what?
No,
What
look,
can
look,
you-
look.
Oh, it's slowly
'Cause
scrolling.
it's
All right.
scrolling.
Yeah, it's slowly telling me
Okay.
the name of the song.
Oh, that's funny. I was sitting there thinking the same thing. I was like, Greg never learned to read.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are you just is your 5-song shuffle live? Like, were you just scrolling through?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, shit, I could do that.
Sure
Zoomy,
was.
why don't you tell us what you got? What did you get?
All right, and then we'll come back, and you're going to make up a
Yeah.
five song shuffle real fast.
I'm gonna hit the album, go to the end, and see what it gives me afterwards.
All right. So for mine, I actually have the Starving Beast, which was Benighted.
Yeah,
That was the
Okay.
first
That's
thing
a
that
good
popped
one.
up, and that was off of the album
Obscene
before, if I'm not
Repressed.
mistaken.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep. And then we have Condemned to Rot from Aborted, and so that's
All
off
right.
of the Vault of Horrors, their newest
Perfect.
album.
Yep.
Pantheon. Are you guys real familiar with? I'm sorry, it's Ingested, and the song is Pantheon.
Oh no,
Okay.
I don't.
You guys
know that
familiar with Ingested?
one. I am.
A little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't as familiar. Out of the 5, that was the least familiar group, and I actually listened to it over just so I could, give them an extra ear. It's good stuff. Hideous Divinity is my 4th one with Messianica,
Nice.
and
Nice.
Rivers of Nile, suborbital blues.
All
Noise,
right.
noise.
So yeah, see, Greg, I can't talk either. That was kind of hard. I agree. Suborbital blues.
I had some weird ones.
And so my 6th, actually, just because it popped up, was Deicide. What was it? Sever the Tongue?
Yeah.
So-
Nice.
And I thought,
Alright.
Deicide.
Yeah, that new deal setup was good.
All right, so I just went ahead and started the album. I'm gonna skip it to the end. Let's see what it gives me. All right.
All right,
So-
we're ready.
All right, number 1, The Deadened Room by Hideous Divinity. So that's good. Bathos by Aborted. Dread by
Okay.
Abysmal Torment. And let's see, The Sacred Geometry, Decrepit Birth.
Uh
All
huh.
right.
Good song.
And, oh yeah, this is perfect. Radiatus Generis, Cytotoxin.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
That's
And
cool.
there
So
you have it.
what was kind of interesting is Greg's choices were like the ultra brute,
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that his guy came up with was actually not stuff I was very familiar with at all. The stuff that yours mentioned and mine mentioned, I'd heard of all of them. So
It's crazy. Well, now we got some stuff to check. I want to check out You. Was that a band name? You?
Me?
Yeah.
who are you talking to?
Me? Or
Yeah. Did you
Zoomy?
say You? Wasn't that a band
No.
like in your 5?
No, hold on. Dripping Decay, Abominable Purity, Deicide, Benighted. No?
Okay. I thought you said You like a couple times, like when you were reading through. So
No. No, I don't see that anywhere.
I didn't hear that either.
okay, cancel that.
We can listen to it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a screenshot of mine so I won't forget.
Boom.
I didn't listen to like you guys did with the scroll thingy. But
True.
anyway, Well, I think that about covers the episode, gentlemen.
I think so.
I think it does.
So
What a
thanks
lovely
everybody.
conversation. It was
Yeah,
fun hanging
yeah.
That was professional. That was professional.
Yeah, really had a good time sitting back down talking about an album, and a good one at that. So, and it was like a first time good one. It wasn't like we listened to one, didn't like it, and picked another so that we'd have something good to say. Like this was, we picked Benighted and we liked and loved Benighted. So thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody. Episode 25. Don't forget, check out the Facebook page, check out the social media, send us an email, metalblocktalks@gmail.com. We have only gotten one email. That's it. Just one. Send us an email.
I love it.
Send us an email. Come on.
Also, before we close this out, Zoomy, I know we usually release this, like, is this going to be live on Sunday night or Monday?
Hopefully,
So,
yeah.
If you are in Houston, come out tomorrow, Tuesday, May 14th, to the Scout Bar. Come say what's up to me. Brutal Brando. I'll have on my Metal Block shirt. Going to be at the Enterprise Earth, Crown Magnetar, Inferi, Tracheotomy, Zibellion Triangle, Volks Nostra show. That's at Scout Bar, Tuesday, May 14th. So this should be out. Come see me tomorrow. Say what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Go say hi to Brando and tell him one thing that you want to see on the show. Actually, don't. Just say hi. I'm just kidding. Just say hi.
Yeah. That would be great. That would be great.
All right. Well, I'll stop. Metal Block, over and out.
Later.
Peace out, blockheads.